The alien physician, Velk, had catalogued the biology of over 400 species in his 300-year career. He had never once filed an incident report. He filed 3 in one afternoon after meeting the humans. It started with Sergeant Marcus Webb. Webb had been pulled from the wreckage of a crashed Earth shuttle, a joint diplomatic mission gone sideways near the Kepler belt. He arrived on the Eurython Prime unconscious, bleeding from a gash across his left forearm, and with what Velksoren's scanner identified as 2 fractured ribs, mild internal bruising, and a core body temperature running nearly 4 degrees above baseline. "This creature is dying," Velksoren announced to his assistant, Fel, a young Thraxi medic on his first deep space rotation. Fel leaned over the scanner. "Fever response. His immune system has triggered a systemic thermal elevation to combat microbial intrusion. He is cooking himself from the inside. Apparently that is normal." Velksoren stared. "On purpose?" "Evolutionarily speaking, yes." Marcus Webb woke up, looked at the alien faces hovering over him, and said, "Man, my ribs hurt. You got anything to eat?" Velksoren took a full step backward. "You have 2 fractured ribs," he said carefully, in English, the translator implant working smoothly. "Yeah." Webb sat up slowly, wincing. "Broken ribs suck. Still hungry though." Fel pulled up the dietary file they had hastily assembled on humans. He cross-referenced it 3 times before speaking. "You require caloric intake despite acute physical trauma. Buddy, I especially need food when I'm hurt." Webb looked around. "Also, is there a bathroom? Because I have to. Waste elimination is also ongoing." Velksoren said, louder than he intended. "Yeah. That's kind of a constant thing for us." By day 2, Velksoren had assembled a small emergency research committee. He stood before 7 senior Galactic Union physicians representing species from across 4 star systems. The room was quiet. His presentation slides glowed behind him. "The human," he began, "does not enter cellular stasis during recovery. It continues full metabolic function. It eats. It moves. It communicates, at length, while simultaneously healing broken bones." Dar. Eumethys, a Calvari, raised 2 of her 4 hands. "Are you suggesting the healing process runs parallel to normal life functions?" "I am suggesting it barely slows them down." Silence. "Furthermore," Velksoren continued, clicking to the next slide, "their musculoskeletal system contains a compound called lactic acid which, during exertion, causes significant pain, and yet they continue anyway. They call this, pushing through it. There is no OFF switch. The pain does not stop them." Dar. Eumethys stared at the data. "That's not biology. That's a malfunction." "They won awards for it," Fel said quietly from the back of the room. "They call them marathons." On day 3, Marcus Webb wandered into the research bay uninvited, a cup of coffee in his hand, a beverage Velksoren had already flagged as a mild neurotoxin humans consumed voluntarily and daily. "You guys are studying me, huh?" Webb said, glancing at the holographic charts covered in human anatomical diagrams. "We are trying to understand," Velksoren said carefully, "how your species has survived." Webb shrugged. "We're hard to kill." "That is an understatement of galactic proportions, Sergeant." Velksoren pulled up one final slide. "Your cells, when deprived of oxygen, do not simply die. They switch to an emergency anaerobic process, continue functioning, and remember the trauma so the body can adapt. Your entire biology is built around not dying." Webb sipped his coffee. "Is that weird? Every other species in this union shuts down under sufficient stress. Goes dormant. Waits for conditions to improve." Velksoren turned to face him fully. "You get angry and try harder." A long pause filled the med bay. "Ha. Webb nodded slowly. Yeah, that tracks. That evening, Velk-Soren submitted his final report to the Galactic Union Medical Database. Under the species classification for Homo sapiens, he added a single annotation that would be read by physicians across 12 star systems for the next 2 centuries. Human biology does not optimize for survival. It optimizes for continuation despite survival being questionable. Do not attempt to sedate without full dosage recalculation, they metabolize faster than expected. Do not assume injury equals incapacitation. Do not, under any circumstances, tell them something is impossible. They will attempt it immediately. Velk-Soren, Chief Medical Officer, GV Eurython Prime. Marcus Webb, 3 decks above, ordered seconds at dinner and complained that his ribs were only a little sore now. Fell updated the file, recovery ahead of projected schedule. Again.